All right, picked up another saw today. Just got back. It's popped up on Facebook Marketplace last night. Talked to the guy and picked it up today. It's a Sears Gear Drive H58G. So from what I can tell, it's got the model number there too. I think it's 917-62809. So it's a Sears chainsaw. It's gear drive. I think that stands for 5.8 cubic inch, which in cc's it's 95 cc's. So I think this is a Tecumseh engine, AH58 is what I saw online, but I'm not for sure yet. So, but I'm pretty sure it's a 95 cc engine, so it's a big boy. So I thought that's pretty cool. It's got this massive chain on it. I think this is like 1/2 inch chain. If you can see like how big that stuff is, man. I mean, it's like this big, thick chain. I mean, it's massive. It's pretty cool because this is 404 chain over here. See right there? That's on my Pioneer 620. This is bigger. That's got to be 1/2 inch chain. I don't know if they make that anymore. But yeah, so I kind of didn't do much research on it or look it over too much when I bought it. I just kind of checked it out and said, it's cool looking, I'll take it. But it does need some work. So I pulled it over, ran a compression test. It's only got like 100, 110 PSI. It's kind of low. I don't see any sort of compression release in the starter or anywhere. So I think it's just what it is. It doesn't have any spark. I pulled the plug out, grounded it out, and pulled it over, no spark. So either it's got the points are dirty or the plug's bad or some sort of wiring issue near the coil. I don't know. So I have to look at that. The fuel lines look like someone replaced the fuel lines in here. I think you can see them in here. Yeah, you can't really see them in there, I guess, at this angle. But it does have a new fuel filter in there, new fuel lines, but the tank's kind of dirty. So I have to clean the tank out. Starter rope works good. Returns well, so there's no problem there. That's cool. It's got the air filter on here. Not too terrible in here for a saw that sat for a while, but it's a little dusty in there. See, those fuel lines look pretty good. I think someone ran new fuel line in here. So that's a positive. But see, look at that. There's some crusty stuff in there. So that card probably has to be pulled off and cleaned and stuff, you know. Maybe some new diaphragms. But here's a choke, here's a throttle, here's a throttle lock. This is your manual oiler. There's no oil in there, so. But yeah, so it's got the air filter. All the parts seem to be there. So it seems like the only part I'm missing is like that oil cap. And then there's a couple screws that are missing here and there. Like me, I got screws. I'll flip it over here. This thing's heavy. Yeah, so here's the big gear drive on this side. So I tried pulling the muffler off. I don't know how to get that off. I pulled the cover off. There's like a baffle. I don't know where you remove it from. I'll have to look at that a little bit, maybe get a parts diagram. But I could peek through the baffle and looked at the cylinder and the piston, and it didn't look like it was bad. I didn't see any scoring or anything. It's got some dark spots on it, like maybe a little blow-by, which maybe that's why it's got lower compression. So maybe it needs a set of rings. I don't know. But yeah, that's a big old gear drive. It's missing a ton of screws here. There's hardly any screws in here. There's only a couple. And it's kind of stuck on here, like over here. I tried to pry it off, but I couldn't get it off. So I have to monkey with that. But it's got these big old bucking spikes on here. Those are cool. Big chain. Bars kind of, looks all right, just kind of dirty. Needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Can probably take it off and soak it in some evapor rust. Something like that. God, this thing is massive. But yeah, you can see in here, it's got the gear drive. So you got your gear in there, reducer gear. I don't know, I forget what the ratio is on this when I looked it up. It's like 2.3 to 1 or something. So this thing doesn't turn real fast, the chain, you know, it's kind of reduced down, but it's supposed to be a beast, I guess, when it's running. So it's real heavy. I mean, it's heavy. It's all metal. It's pretty cool looking. So yeah, I'm going to clean it up. I didn't even clean it yet, so I'm sure it'll look a little better. But and I'll try to find an oil cap for that. And then at some point I'll get to this and kind of go through it and try to get it running. It's a good core though to mess with. So I have to see if there's parts available and things like that. But yeah, I'd like to try to go through it and get it running. I got to finish this Pioneer 620 first. And then I got this guy over here that Montgomery Ward saw, which is actually a Remington Bantam. That's my next project. So this will be in, got to get in line. But yeah, anyway, it's a cool saw. Sears gear drive H58G, 95cc saw, gear drive. It's pretty cool. Big heavy thing from the mid 60s, I think. So that's the latest one I got. So I'm gonna make a spot for it over there on the shelf and get to it probably in the later this winter and the spring maybe. So yeah, anyway, there it is. Sears H58G. All right, see ya.